Saving lives in the wake of disaster by knowing some simple first aid. As the deadly twister terrified Oklahoma this week, victims sprang into action to start helping each other before rescue teams even arrived. So you too can be prepared if you're ever caught in similar chaos. Treating minor injuries can really make a difference in an emergency.
That's right, and Dr. Victoria Dooley is here now from St. John, Providence.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being with us again. So timely this week to talk about this. Let's start with the most important things we need to know, because you want us to put together some kits, right?
Definitely. Well, the most important thing, besides having a standard first aid kit that I think most of us are familiar with, there's some extra things that we want to have in case of a disaster. Okay. One of them specifically for a tornado is to protect your head. The CDC recommends you protect your head by any means necessary. So people are advocating now for a helmet, for everybody in the house to have a helmet with their disaster preparedness kit to protect their head. Additionally, little face masks to protect yourself from dust and particles that may be flying around. Some other things that won't be in a standard first aid kit might be something like this multi-tool, where it has a knife and other things on it, scissors, little small scissors. As far as scissors, you want some really heavy-duty scissors, like EMT scissors. You can find these online. They usually have a curved end, so you can cut through clothing if you need to, which you might not be able to do with some household scissors. Additionally, don't forget, if you wear glasses, you can get some readers and keep those in the kit.
Peepers is what my parents call them, peepers. Okay.
And I saw your story about the Facebook page yesterday, and it's very important for everybody in the household to have their health information really concise. I have these cards at my office. You can put all your health information. When you had your last tetanus shot is going to be important. And a child ID kit, you can keep it all in a compact, something like this. Maybe you can get from your doctor. You can make up one on your own. That's all going to be important information for anybody who's trying to help you to know your medications and allergies and things.
Because if you do end up in a disaster situation, in an unfortunate situation where you can't speak or you're harmed, you have to have that kind of information.
You do.
You should.
You do.
Have it written down so someone knows.
Everyone in the family.
And the last thing you want to be doing if you know something's coming is to having to run around the house getting all this stuff
trying
together.
to find these items.
You know, I will say a lot of people do have things like bike helmets. It seems to me it could be one thing if you've got a little, you know, if you have those and know where they are, you don't have to necessarily buy new ones to have in a kit.
No,
you know
you can
what I mean?
just keep
make
them
sure
next
you've got
to your
them
kit,
at home.
so you can grab those and not have to run around the house, like you said, and look for them.
Yeah.
And you've got the Band-Aids. I mean, in a standard first aid kit, you've got your wrap, your Band-Aids, and even that burn cream. And you see that burn cream. Can you use that for other things?
Mainly that's for burns. You want to have some hand sanitizer. That's usually not in kits. You're going to want to have some latex gloves. That's not going to be in all first aid kits. So those are some additional things to get to keep you safe.
I think I have some work to do, Glenda. How about you?
All right. Sometimes they'll say if you do experience a burn, or there's old school remedies. Put butter on it. Run cold water on it.
I don't recommend any of those.
Okay.
I do recommend the ointment in the first aid kit.
Okay.
A specific burn ointment that you can pick up.
If you're bleeding, you want to apply pressure, tons of pressure. Tourniquets, you can make a tourniquet if you have some heavy-duty scissors and some fabric. However, a tourniquet is last means. That means if you're bleeding so much that you think you're going to bleed to death before EMT gets there, that's when you use a tourniquet. A tourniquet is not first line to use for bleeding. So you want to do compress pressure first. And as a last resort, if you don't think somebody's going to get to you for a long time, then you can use a tourniquet. But don't use that as first line.
Great advice. As always, Dr. Dooley,
Thank
you so much for being with us.